If you are an INEOS Grenadier fan and you're ever in London, you owe it to yourself to drop by the Grenadier Pub for lunch or a pint and to see the birthplace of the INEOS Grenadier. Hi, I'm Josh, and a big INEOS Grenadier fan who's been waiting for my Grenadier for the past 3 years, and I just found out that I only have 2 weeks left to wait until it arrives. So the excitement is building. In this video, I'm going to share with you the location and a couple of walking guides from nearby underground stations, as it's really easy to get to, but it's a little hidden in the muse of Belgravia. You might consider bookmarking or subscribing so you can quickly find it when you get to London. In the description, I'll include a link to the Grenadier Pub website and list the address and the postcode, and you can literally drop the postcode into Google or Apple Maps and it will find the pub. I'm also going to include a link to a Google MyMap, which shows you the 2 walking paths from the nearest underground stations on either side that I'll show you in just a moment. But first, for those of you who aren't familiar with why the Grenadier Pub plays a big part in the folklore of the INEOS Grenadier, here are a few tidbits. The Grenadier Pub was originally built in 1720 as the officers' mess for a senior infantry regiment of the British Army. It was opened to the public in 1818 as the Guardsman, and subsequently renamed in honor of the Grenadier Guards action in the Battle of Waterloo. It's also said to be haunted by the ghost of Cedric, a soldier who was beaten to death one night for cheating at cards. When you visit the pub, you'll notice on the ceilings that it's covered with pound notes and dollar bills that are left by visitors in an attempt to repay his debt. The pub's link to the INEOS Grenadier comes with Sir Jim Ratcliffe, originally known for being a wealthy CEO of a large petrochemical company, whose favorite pub is the Grenadier in Belgravia. Mr. Ratcliffe came up with the idea of building a replacement for his beloved Land Rover Defender and approached Jaguar Land Rover to buy the tooling to continue production after the original model stopped production in January of 2016, but they declined. He later decided to initiate a project to design and build a similar vehicle under the codename Project Grenadier. It's the Grenadier Pub in Belgravia, London, where this initial idea was considered. That was in 2017. Most of us didn't know about the Grenadier until the design was previewed in 2020. In 2022, INEOS bought the Grenadier Pub and used it recently for the launch of the upcoming Fusilier electric SUV. But the pub itself still runs like a local pub, and you wouldn't otherwise know that INEOS owns it. I visited there in August of 2023. We got there just after lunch hour and only had about 10 other guests in the pub, though I hear it can be quite busy at times. The pub website includes a link to OpenTable where you can book a table if you have 3 or more guests. Probably not a bad idea, as I think the popularity has become bigger since the connection with the INEOS Grenadier. The food's really good. They're known for their beef Wellington, but since we were there in the afternoon, we just had a pint and chips. That's fries to us Americans. And we enjoyed and took in the atmosphere. So here's a look at the map. I've got this zoomed out. The Grenadier Pub is right here. We'll zoom in just a moment. But just so you have a lay of the land, this is Buckingham Palace. This is Piccadilly. And up here, a little further, is Piccadilly Circus. Coming down the Hard Rock Cafe, this is Hyde Park Corner, and this is the Hyde Park Corner Underground Station, and this is Knightsbridge, and for those of you shoppers, this is where Harrods is. So Belgravia is this area down here. So when I bring up the first map, the walking map is basically from Hyde Park Corner, walking along Knightsbridge, and then you come into this neighborhood. And just know, right here, Old Barrack Yard, you feel like you're walking through somebody's backyard, and you're not. It all of a sudden comes along the side of the pub, and there you are. So just remember that just when you think it's funky and you shouldn't proceed, that's exactly where you should go. So let me back out and show you the alternate, and that's if you're coming from Knightsbridge. From Knightsbridge, it's basically walking down Knightsbridge Road and to the same place where you come back down into Old Barracks Road and you come through and come around the side. If you're coming by car, you're more likely to come around from here and up, but it's actually a much further, if I change this to driving, you'll see it's a much longer path. So it's a really easy walk, and I recommend that you walk it if you can. This one says it's about 7 minutes, and the other one says it's about 5, and it really is that easy to find. And then this is called a Google MyMap, and apparently in the links in the description I leave a link that will link you to this map. I guess it's stored as a Google document, and you're welcome to download it. And it's got the layer with the Grenadier and then the different directions that you can use. Very easy to work into for a lunch or a dinner after a day of shopping or whatever you want to do. So the next time you're in London, you'll want to add the Grenadier Pub to your must-visit list. And don't be surprised if it isn't commercial or feels anything other than just like a nice local pub. I think that's why Jim likes it. Speaking of like, please click the like button if you found this video interesting, and consider subscribing if you're an INEOS Grenadier fan. I'm just 2 weeks away from mine arriving at the dealership, and after a 3-year wait, I'll probably have a couple of videos to share that you might enjoy. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.